Donald Trump published a crazed rant, a Truth Central post,
Truth Central,
as well as an unhinged letter in reaction to being notified that, yes, he is a criminal target again of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, this time for his attempts to overturn the election results of 2020, and that he may soon, within days, be indicted and arrested a third time. Hopefully this time not under the purview of Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee. We'll have more about that on the program tomorrow. Let's start with Donald Trump's outrageous statement. And I don't know if I have the stamina to read this in the way that Trump published it, but let's try. Trump starting with a letter. Wow. On Sunday night, while I was with my family, having just arrived from the Turning Point event in Florida, where I won the straw poll against all other Republican candidates with 85.7%, with all polls showing me leading in the Republican primary by very substantial numbers, almost everyone predicting that I will be the Republican nominee for president, and as I am leading Democrat Joe Biden in the polls by a lot, horrifying news for our capital C country was given to me by my attorneys. Deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, sent a letter, again, it was Sunday night, stating that I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation and giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and indictment. Arrest with a capital A, indictment with a capital I. So now Joe Biden's Attorney General Merrick Garland, who I turned down for the United States Supreme Court, in retrospect, based on his corrupt and unethical actions, a very wise decision, together with Joe Biden's Department of Injustice, have effectively issued a third capital I indictment and capital A arrest of Joe Biden's number one political opponent, who is largely dominating him in the race for the presidency. Nothing like this has ever happened in our capital C country before or even close. They illegally spied on my capital C campaign. By the way, they didn't. Attacked me with a totally capital F fake dossier that was funded by Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC. Capital I impeached me twice. I won. Imagine saying you won the impeachment. They failed on the Mueller witch hunt, no collusion. They failed on the Russia hoax, the 51 intelligence agents fraud, the FBI Twitter files, the DOJ Facebook censorship, and every other scam imaginable. But on top of all that, they have now effectively indicted me 3 times. The DOJ staffed and runs the DA's office in Manhattan, with a probable fourth coming from Atlanta, where the DOJ are in strict and possibly illegal coordination with the district attorney, whose record on murder and other violent crime is abysmal. Now caps lock is engaged. This witch hunt is all about election interference and a complete and total political weaponization of law enforcement. It is a very sad and dark period for our nation.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Okay. As if that was not enough, Donald Trump then publishing an additional troth to Truth Central, again in all capital letters, witch hunt. Crooked Joe Biden and his Injustice Department want to indict and arrest his presumed political opponent, me, who is leading him in the polls in the upcoming presidential election of 2024. Such a thing has never happened in our country before. And in the middle of the campaign, election interference and prosecutorial misconduct. So let's really tightly and pithily and concisely sum this up. First of all, as I said yesterday on Threads, yes, I am on Threads where things are unraveling quickly. Folks, there is no witch hunt. There is no weaponization of the FBI and DOJ. Trump humiliated and damaged the country as president and apparently committed crimes in the process, and he might now be held accountable. That's it. Secondly, very important to remember, no matter the circumstances, Trump has argued he should be immune from consequences criminally or with regard to investigations. When Trump was president and he was confronted with legal matters from when he was not yet president, he said, listen, I'm currently the president through lawyers. He says, I'm currently the president. You can't do this right now. Then when Trump was out of office, he said, well, I am a potential candidate. You can't do this right now. And now that Trump is running for 2024 president, He is now saying, I am actively a candidate. And you all know that if he succeeds in delaying these criminal matters until he potentially is once again president of the United States, as scary as that is, he will then once again argue, I'm now the president. You can't do this right now. It interferes with my ability to carry out the duties, to discharge his duty, for lack of a better term, as president of the United States. Ignore it. Ignore it. We are potentially seeing an alleged criminal held accountable. And remember, I don't demand he be locked up. For years they've been saying, lock up Hillary. For what? I'm not saying lock him up. I'm saying if you have evidence, charge him and then give him the due process of what the criminal justice system affords. Later in the show, we will talk about the reaction to this from Marjorie Taylor Greene, from Don Jr., from Fox News, from other Republicans. It is stunning stuff. But for now, the big news, Trump likely facing a third arrest at minimum, potentially a fourth. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember to do all of the incredible things that we all do daily to support independent progressive media. And we'll take a quick break, and before you know it, we'll be right back. Anxiety and depression are mental health challenges that affect millions of Americans. 32% of American adults have reported symptoms of anxiety or depression, but finding the right treatment can be tough. You might have tried things already, might have not been enough, might have not been the right fit. Maybe medications you tried had side effects you didn't like. There is an alternative treatment for anxiety and depression that's shown promising results for many, and that's ketamine therapy. Our sponsor, MindBloom, is a leading provider of at-home ketamine therapy. They have a team of licensed doctors and therapists who guide you through the process. Ketamine therapy is based on scientific research that shows it's generally safe and well tolerated, without many of the side effects of some other traditional medications. 89% of MindBloom patients report improvements in anxiety or depression after just 2 sessions. And MindBloom has a special offer for my audience. You can get $100 off your first 6-session program by going to mindbloom.com/Pacman and using the code Pacman. The link is in the description.